Pella, very nice to talk with you again. And can you tell me about this ghostly dog that one of the family saw?
Yes, they're out for a walk in an area known as Pantglass, which is on the outskirts of Oswestry in Shropshire.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just having a country walk, my uncle and his girlfriend, Maggie, and they sat down on this stile for a rest, you know, to catch their breath. And at some point, this dog came running towards them, and my uncle, John, went to pet it.
Right.
And before their very eyes, it dematerialized. They both witnessed this.
Just like that?
Just like that. And my uncle was a skeptic, and my auntie, or kind of auntie, she was a member of the church.
Right.
And, you know, was a bit wary of these kind of things. So the two of them kept quiet. They said, my uncle said they'll be ridiculed. She wasn't sure if the church would disown her or something.
Right, understand.
So, yeah, they kept quiet, but they did tell the family about it.
Mm.
So it was like a family story.
Yeah.
But then maybe about a month or so afterwards, after this, he came home and the local paper was on the table, and the big headlines were, "Ghost dog spotted at Pantglass."
Wow.
Some other people had seen
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when they started to tell people. And since then, many others have seen it.
Right.
So it's definitely an entity that's there, or some kind of energy, maybe residual, not sure. But
did any of the people who've seen it comment on the colour at all?
I thought it was, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was black, dark brown or black.
Because there's a very famous story right through Norfolk, where I came from, and throughout East Anglia, of a black dog called the Black Shuck. And the word shuck is derived from the word soccer in Old English, which means devil or fiend. And this particular Black Shuck was first noted by the Reverend E.S. Taylor, who was writing in 1850. And he wrote a piece about Shuck, the dog fiend. And he said this: "The phantom I have heard many persons in East Norfolk and even Cambridgeshire describe as having seen as a black, shaggy dog with fiery eyes and of immense size, and who visits churchyards at midnight."
Oh my goodness.
The personal experience that I've had is the other way round. It wasn't the ghostly dog that appeared. It was a perfectly normal little terrier that we had and loved, who would greet somebody who wasn't there. Now, he invariably, when he was greeting a member of the family or a friend or visitor, he would stand up on his hind legs, and when you put your hand out to pat him, he would lick the hand that you'd put there with great enthusiasm and wag his tail. And it was just his greeting, because he was such a friendly little chap. And on occasions, more than once, I've been in the backyard at our house there. It was at 21 Norwich Road in Dereham. And Prince, the little terrier was called, would suddenly stand on his hind legs, wag his tail furiously, and put his tongue out at something invisible. He was not the ghost dog, he was the real dog, but he was greeting somebody none of the family could see.
That's amazing. The ghost, he could actually see the ghost.
He was seeing something like that. And
goodness me.
And the other account from that same area, this was at Bungay in Suffolk, and it was back in 1577, and it was Abraham Fleming who did this account, and he called it a strange and terrible wonder. And he said, the most curious of our local apparitions, they are no doubt varieties of the same animal. And he again referred to the sinister black dog. So it does make you wonder, when so many honest and reliable witnesses have seen it, what is it? And you're brought up with perhaps the idea of time travel, or the ghost or spirit of a dog that once lived there. or some kind of strange elemental creature that appears in the form of a dog. What would your explanation be if you had to choose between one of those?
Yeah, I'm torn between the spirit of a dog and
Yes.
possibly entities from other dimensions
Yes.
crossing into this.
Crossing over into ours, yes.
Yeah.
Coming through perhaps what we might call hyperspace or through the wall.
Because everything's energy and different densities.
Yes.
So that could happen, almost like a bleed through, into each other's dimensions.
And that the energy is expressed in a form which is comprehensible to us, that it might be something that we didn't understand, and so the subconscious mind translates it into a black dog.
Yeah, something that it can make sense of, some kind of sense of.
Yeah, we make, as you say, we make sense of an otherwise indeterminate image.
And possibly there could be some kind of symbolic meaning.
Ah, yes.
So, there's a lot of Native American Indians that every animal has a symbolic meaning.
Yes, it does. And a black dog with the red glowing eyes of the other description, like the black shuck, would tend to be something rather sinister and dangerous, and would need a few drops of holy water and an exorcism prayer.
And a whiskey and
well, that's for the priest when he's used to holy water.
That sounds good.